Hello, Bob Wiley on the practice field again. In this session we're going to go over pass protection. We're going to take a one-on-one pass pro block, break it down piece by piece, and then assemble it back at the end where we have to block a defender that lines up on our outside shoulder and things that can happen.
This is the kick step. Now this is an over kick step. We're going to cover the defender's feet up with our feet. So we have two ways we approach this. We cover the defender's feet up with our feet. The inside leg stays bent. He works off his insteps. His whole foot is flat on the ground. So you're going to see a lot of little coaching points, okay, with this kick step. That whole foot's flat on the ground. He's on his instep, right? This knee never moves. His knee stays in place. Okay, his weight's down the inside of his body, the inside of that thigh to the inside of that arch. Okay, his center of gravity staying down the middle of his body. Okay, his hands are low. Okay, and he's covered the guy up, and his helmet was slightly inside the defender. Let's see it again. Kick. The knee is ahead of the ankle is ahead of the knee. Okay, he's covered his feet up with his feet. Right, his hands go from low to high. He's got an arch in his back, and he's in a good football position to pass block. That's a kick step. What happens? Kick. What happens, we can get ourselves in trouble because this foot is a good kick step for some players. Some players it may be too long. So we give them a recovery step, a replacement step. A step that's going to, if I get stretched too far in my crotch on my first kick, right, and the guy goes back across my face inside, I have to recover. So how do I recover? Is I take the kick step and I bring it back to my base. So if this is with the base I started with, and this is the kick step, I bring it back. Watch, I'll do it again. Kick, bring it back. Go to the power step. So I was always maintaining a base. Kick, bring it back, power step. I've always maintained the base. I never get out of my base. Say I don't kick that far. Say I only move this foot 3 inches. Well, if I don't get fully extended or stretched in my crotch, okay, then I can just push off that foot and go right into the power step. I don't have to replace it. But if I get over kicked, then I need to replace in order to get back to my power step. So each player is different because some kids are taller, some kids are shorter. Okay, so they have to figure that out by themselves. When can they have to kick and bring it back? And when they just take a short kick and not have to bring it back, but push off it and then go to a power step. And the only reason we do this is that we don't drop the inside leg. We don't bail with the inside hip. We keep this inside leg going up the field, keep it bent, keep it strong. And when you kick, you always want the knee to go straight down the field. If you're kicking, guys, and the knee is turned out, you're going to turn the hip too soon. You're going to turn too soon. Bad things are going to happen. So let's just take a look. Then he brings it back, goes to the power step. Covers him up, brings it back, goes to the power step. Now it's just going to be the opposite. What happens when the guy gets head up on me? When the guy gets head up on me, I'm going to move the post foot inside. So it's a power step. The whole foot's on the ground. Right? The center of gravity is down the middle of my body. There may be a little more weight to the outside, but the center of gravity is down the middle of my body, but it's a power step. I move it over and I move it laterally. So we go power inside. The guy's making an inside move. He's set up. He's already inside of me. Now let's say I go too far and I got to bring it back. So if he kicks, if he power steps, I might have to bring it back one more time. The guy's head up. I power step, he goes outside of me. I got to bring it back to my base, and now I got to kick. How do I train it? We train them on the 5-yard squares. This one here, he is a left tackle. Okay, he plays on the right side of the football. Right guard, right tackle, doesn't make any difference. Their inside foot is on the square. So when they look at each other, it's a mirror image. This is the left side up, this is the right side up facing them. Okay, so there's a mirror. It's like looking in the mirror. Now they're going to power step down till they hit the T, and then they're going to kick step back, okay, to the middle of that square. So we're going to work on our power steps down and our kick steps coming back. Every time they power step, they strike a jam with their hands, and their shoulders are tilted opposite the way they're going. Okay, the only thing I've changed is their hands are a little wider apart now, and we go from low to high with the hands. Low to high with the hands. But we use the same drill concept. Power, 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 kick, 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 hold it, finish. Power, 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 kick, 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 finish. Center's no power steps, all kick steps. Guard, power, 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 kick, 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 finish. Power, power, kick, 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 finish. Gandy, power, 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 kick, 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 finish. Centers. This is a center, okay? So he's going to snap the ball, and he's going to pick out who he wants to throw the ball first. So if he picks out this guy goes first, then he's going to kick step over here to block that ball. Then he's going to power step over here to block that ball. So it'd go 1, 2, 3. 1 goes first, then 2 goes, then 3's in the middle. So if we're starting off with a kick step, that's what we would do. If we started off with a power step, then, and I'm on the right-hand side of the football, then this guy would go first. So we go 1 to a kick to the middle, power to kick to middle. So if the guy was on the right-hand side and he wanted to start off with a power step first instead of a kick step, that's how the progression for the defenders would go. Okay? If he's on the right-hand side and he wants to start off with a kick step first, then this guy throws the ball first, he throws it second, and the middle guy, he settles in the middle, and the middle guy throws it third. So they decide what they need to work on, going from a power step to a kick step, or going from a kick step to a power step. Okay? But they're moving their feet with a bent knee, striking the blow with their upper body on an object that's moving in space, that they have to focus on with their eyes, right, and that they strike it back, and then they go find something else to do. The part that's different for us now is that we still do all the things that I just talked about, but when we hit the guy with our hands, we grab him. Now you can't do that in this drill, but the drill is not for that. The drill is so they move their feet, hitting an object that's moving in space from kick steps to power steps, okay? And then we have another drill where they'll strike the defender and grab them with their hands. So see how he kick steps? He's on the left side. So he kick steps, and he's square to that defender. He's not reaching across his body. He's square to the defender. He's not reaching across his body, and the guy throws him the ball. This foot's back, this foot's up. Now he's going to power step over here, and he's going to throw the ball because he plays on the left. He's the left guard. Then he's going to come back to the middle, and the guy in the middle is going to throw the ball, and then he's going to start all over again. He's going to go left, right, middle. Or he's going to go 1, 2, 3. See, but he doesn't reach across his body. His center of gravity is down the middle of his body, and he gets himself into a position where the knee is always up, inside leg, I should say, okay, and he's square to the guy that he's hitting. He's square to the defender that he's hitting, and he strikes the ball back. Where we changed is that now when he hits the ball, what we do is hit and grab the defender. But the drill is not for that. This is drill to met his footwork with his hands, striking an object that's moving in his face, so he can focus with his eyes, keep his knees bent, and strike with the upper part of his body. Okay, now this is a set drill that we use, where we're teaching him how to set against a defender that aligns to our outside. So now the guy has to kick step to cover the defender's feet up with his feet. So we're taking the little parts of pass blocking and we're putting them together here. So now he's going to kick and cover the defenders up with his feet, and he's going to punch off the inside leg so his weight stays on the inside half of his body. Kick. See his shoulders go opposite where he's going? Same thing here. These are kick steps. These are power steps. See, he's kicking. His weight's on his inside. The knee is ahead of the ankle. I mean, the ankle's ahead of the knee's ahead of the hip. Elbows in, his thumbs up. He's trying to capture that shoulder right there. When we talk about capturing that shoulder. Okay, his helmet's slightly inside. And the other hand, so this is going to be a point, and his other hand goes on the pec. So this, I would say, is really good. You're going to copy this right here, 64. Okay, he's capturing the guy's shoulder. He's kicking, he's getting the defender covered up with his feet. He's got his weight going down the inside of that leg to the inside of that arch. Okay, his body weight's, most of it's on the inside half of his body. His center of gravity is going down the middle of his body, and his helmet's slightly inside. This picture really doesn't get much better than this. And he's punching off his inside leg. He's not punching off his outside leg. This would be a good one to emulate. Okay, now the defender lines up outside of me, and he's going to come across my face. He's going to come back across my face to the inside. So he lines up outside of me, but he crosses my face. Watch his footwork. He kicks. Because he gets fully extended, he comes back, he brings it back, and then he power steps. If he doesn't get fully extended in his kick step, he may just push off the kick step and go right into the power step. So you got a chance to watch his feet here. Kick and come back with his feet. See, the feet move before the hands, so the hands always stay in the middle of the body. We want to watch the left tackle here. This is a kick step. Watch the left tackle. He's going to kick, but because the guy's off of him, okay, he's going to take away half this distance on the first kick and then work back because the guy's not touching his body. So he's going to draw a railroad track from that guy's inside foot to his outside foot. And he's going to take two imaginary lines, like a railroad track, and he wants to take away half that distance. So when he keeps keeping the knee square down the field to keep his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. The right guard's going to kick, because the guy's touching him, he's going to cover his feet up with his feet, just like we explained before. So he's going to cover his feet up with his feet, and his helmet's going to be just slightly inside because we want to stop B-gap penetration. But the tackle, because the defender's off of him, he's not touching his body, he's going to kick and take away half that distance, and then he's working back. These are kick steps. Watch the left tackle and the guard. He kicked, he starts to drop, he settles, right? The right guard kicked, I can't see it right now, but it looks like he's covered that defender up. We'll go back to it over here. Okay, let's just watch the right guard. Let's watch the right guard and the left tackle again. This may better watch the right guard. This guy's tight right now. He should just kick and cover his foot up with his foot. This guy's going to take away half the distance because he's wide. This guard right here should power step. Now he may kick because the center may be coming with him. So we'll see what happens. That was pretty good right there by both those guys. Left tackle kicks, hands go for motor high, right guard kicks, covers his feet up with his feet. Watch the right guard kick. Right guard, perfect job. This right guard, he should kick step it because he's got a guy right on him. So he's going to kick step over here. You know what I mean? Now, he should kick step because he's got this guy on him. But if he thinks the guy's going to slant because this guy's on the line of scrimmage, he may turn it into a power step. Let's see what happens. Pretty good job by those guys. Where's the right guard? Right? That's what happens when your hands go before your feet. If you want to play, you play every play, and you may be called on to do things that you just react to because you get to the unconscious competent stage. Watch the right guard. What's going to happen in this play is the center's going to miss this guy. So the right guard's uncovered. So his guys are dropping. So he's looking for work. Okay, so the center misses his guy. So he ends up blocking the center's guy. Then the right tackle ends up losing his guy to the inside. So watch what happens. Just watch the right guard. If you young players want to play like somebody, play like this. He blocks him and then he hits him. Play like that. I'll show it to you again. Right guard. He blocks the center's guy. He blocks the center's guy because the center missed his guy. Then the tackle loses his guy and he blocks that guy. Then he gets up and he's trying to get into the play. Play like that. Now we're talking about power stepping. The right guard has a guy that lines up inside of him. So in his mind, what he's thinking right now is I need the power step. The guy's already inside of me. And because he's inside of me, I want to be a little bit off the ball. Okay, he's inside of me. The left guard, okay, he's got a guy outside of him. So he should be thinking about, hey, I need to kick and cover him up. So I may have a kick step over here, but this is a power step over here because the guy is head up to the inside. Does it fit? Yes. And the center may not be coming with me. So this should be a power step by the right guard. Power steps down. Perfect.